He had it in the hole.
And a turnover. Great pressure defense by Jerome Williams, and watch the All-American go.
He shakes him up a little bit. If Carmelo reaches, that's the mistake. But here's the second. Don't get there too late, Mr. Camby. There's a delivery coming.
Allen Iverson averaging 24.9 points on the season.
Great players like playing against the best. This is something that a star would look for. Allen Iverson fits in that category.
Here's Iverson inside again. This time gets it stripped away going up. Hauled in by Padilla. Ahead, Dingle on the block to the cup. And he's fouled.
I'll tell you what you like about UMass. They are pushing the ball up, attacking this, whether it's on a miss or a make. They're pushing the ball at Georgetown, forcing them to get back. That's how they get a foul called on that play.
And yesterday, Allen Iverson spoke about following UMass this season, and he really wanted to get a chance to play against them when they were the #1 team in the nation, and he feels that right now it's an even better opportunity to see how good he and the Hoyas are, and especially with what they have on the line now, getting a chance to go to the Final Four.
Gus, anytime you get a chance to go against the best and figure out where you are, you got to look forward to that. The good people, the good players like Iverson, always want to see where they measure up. This is it right here. This is the best team in college basketball today, the #1 seed in the tournament, and Allen Iverson and John Thompson wants to see where their team fits with regards to that.
So Dana Dingle stroking the first free throw. Dingle, the 29th player in UMass history to score 1,000 points. Played in 136 straight games. That's a record at UMass. And it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Hoyas.
The Hoyas have brought in Jahidi White because they want to try to make sure they can get a big body inside. If Jahidi White is effective for them offensively on the inside, they put Marcus Camby at risk for some fouls, and that's what Georgetown wants to do.
Here's Travieso spotting up in the corner. Offensive rebound. Dingle with the putback.
I like Dingle because he's active, he's versatile, can do things for you on both sides.
5 points for the senior. And UMass with an early 7-5 lead.
Here's an advantage that Georgetown really has. They can bring Jerome Williams out to handle the ball in case there's too much pressure on either Victor Page or Allen Iverson.
Here's Page, who had 17 points against Texas Tech. Harrington, turnaround, fading away, shot short. Camby with the pressure.
Exactly, that's Marcus Camby. They don't measure those kind of plays, but that's Marcus Camby all the way.
Travieso again for the 3. And another rebound by Dingle. He'll get it out, Padilla. Swiped off the glass by Jerome Williams. And he'll push it. Williams dribbling left-handed straight to the hole.
Well, Georgetown gets a break, but one of the things with Jerome Williams, and you talk to John Thompson, he misses more layups uncontested, and that was one of those. There really was not a lot of contesting there. He just missed the layup, got the rebound.
Is there a reason for that?
Like, he really doesn't concentrate, I don't think. I think that's really what his problem is. He gets there, and all of a sudden he just loses his concentration momentarily.
And so far, Georgetown 2 of 4, UMass 3 of 8. Here's Iverson. Trying to get a step on the baseline. Cut off by Travieso. 16-17 to go here. The first out to play. UMass on top of the Hoyas, 7-5. High pick and roll. Here's Iverson. Pull-up jump shot. Strong off the back of the iron.
He got fouled. There's no doubt in my mind. I saw him say something to the refs. Carmelo's gotten away with 2 of those, but if the ref doesn't call it, it's legal.
Spinning, Camby fading away. Weeks fighting for the ball, and Jahidi White comes out with it. Here's Iverson in transition.
Boy, I'll tell you, Padilla's right on him, too.
Travieso with the good hands, but he steps on the line.
You expect it to be a fight, a very aggressively played game. If you're the #1 team, you make people come take it from you.
7-5 UMass.
Testing for your love.
Barry White, checking for love, the Love King. Can't get enough of your love, babe. I love you, man.
I love your style.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
I had it right in my hand. You saw it.
Like all Americans, I like big things. Big prairies. Big forests and mountains. Big wheat fields. And everything else.
Imagine a satellite system that turned digital signals into vivid pictures and CD quality sound. What would it look like? How big would it be? Oh, about 18 inches. The RCA Digital Satellite System. Customized programming and the power of digital technology. Now in a convenient take-home size.
See the new RCA brand DSS system and save up to $100 by mail on select RCA products.
They give a deal to everyone? I thought I was special, baby.
Because of its remarkable clarity, Cellular One is the nation's #1 cellular service, clear across America.
Enterprise? Hi, I'm at the repair shop. I need to rent a car.
Enterprise will arrange to pick you up,
This is great.
drive you to our place, and get you on your way. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Would anybody believe this seedy gambling casino is owned and operated by the United States government? They certainly will after they watch 60 Minutes Sunday.
Back in Atlanta, we got to remember these players are still just kids, and both coaches were a little concerned coming into the game about nerves. John Calipari reminding his players, this is what you live for. Don't be rattled by the challenge. John Thompson began calming his troops yesterday in a slightly different way. The Hoyas spent the first 30 minutes of their practice just sitting on the floor. He told me it was his way of pushing minds, spirits, and emotions back in order. And at this point of the tournament, Gus, he says that's probably his most important job. Back to you guys.
And as Andrea pointed out, important for both coaches to really get into the minds of their kids and settle them down.
These opportunities, you know, for anybody can be a little unsettling. And I think what both coaches did was know you got to have your players with emotion, but controlled emotion, so they know how to respectively get their players to get to that point.
What were the jitters like for you in 76?
I mean, you got butterflies like you can't believe. Even though you're anxious to get out and play, you just sometimes your mind is ahead of your body. So that's why you'll see some turnovers here early, and soon the guys will settle down.
15:03 to go in the first half. Here's Bright. Little strong, rebounded by Boubacar Al. Running the break for Georgetown. Gets in deep, off the glass. A little too strong.
But you know what? The officials are letting them play because they're getting little bumps that are really not affecting the game. And the officials are doing a good job of letting inconsequential things just go, and I think that's important.
So far for Georgetown, 4 turnovers. For UMass, 3. And the Minutemen with a 7-5 advantage.
They're playing Tyrone Weeks with Jahidi White. A little bit of a chance to give a break to Marcus Camby, but now he's bringing him back in. You can keep Tyrone Weeks on him because you don't want Marcus Camby trying to guard Jahidi White. He's got big shoulders and he can create fouls for you.
So Victor Page quickly gets the basketball. Iverson working off the wing. Here's Page slashing to the basket.
Marcus Camby said, "Not you can slash, but you can't keep coming this way."
Padilla. 3-pointer for Edgar Padilla, and UMass takes a 10-5 lead. Here's Iverson.
Trying to get it back, but he's playing against some guards that won't necessarily get caught, I don't think, in the tit-for-tat thing, because that's what experience. They're juniors. They've been involved in this kind of game before.
Iverson, a 36% three-point shooter on the season, 82 of 224. Lob, Camby, a little too strong. Travieso has it rejected by Jahidi White.
Jahidi clobbered that one. Padilla threw the ball much too high for even Marcus Camby to get, and Jahidi got over and protected what would have been an easy basket. Good back pick here by Travieso, and the ball comes right to him, and then he tries to shoot it, and you see quickly off his feet is Jahidi White.
Here's Camby facing up. He'll spin, trying to go off the glass. Rebounded by Page to Iverson. Nice look. Williams.
Iverson makes you come to him to guard him, and then Williams is smart to just stay in the lane because defense tends to go to their best offensive player in Allen Iverson.
We're all tied up at 10 apiece. 13-14 to go in the first half of play. Third tie of the ball game. Edgar Padilla being guarded by the Big East Defensive Player of the Year, Allen Iverson.
They're going to try to get it if they can. Marcus Camby, they'll have a Dingle to come out. Camby usually goes under for that.
Dingle trying to spot Travieso in the corner. 3-on-2. Williams to the bucket.
They are outrunning out of their half-court defense, which is what John Thompson wants his team to do. Be aggressive defensively and find a way to convert it. And that's what they do. They push the ball up to Allen Iverson, back to Jerome Williams. They get that off of a good defensive play. And then the next thing you have to do is if you're guarding your man and your man leaves, then you go to the next place if you can. Then it gets pushed up. Jerome Williams takes it himself this time and gets fouled by Edgar Padilla. Misses the layup.
Jerome Williams, a senior from Georgetown, Maryland, junior college transfer, leads the team in reboundings. And for UMass, and one thing about this young man, Quinn, a lot of versatility. You see, he's a tall kid at 6'9", but he can put it on the floor, face the basket, and also play with his back to the basket.
I think it's a big advantage when you have a guy like Jerome Williams at 6'9" that can handle the ball, particularly when they can get rebounds and push it up before the defense can get back into transition. I think that's one of the advantages of having a player like that on your team.
62% free throw shooter for Williams. So far, Marcus Camby unable to get the ball in the bucket. And Jerome Williams nails the second free throw. So far, Georgetown 2 of 5 from the free throw line.
2-2-1 press. If you can get it in the center, you can get it down quickly. Then they drop back in there man-to-man. Just change it up, make you think about it a little bit.
Dante Bright pulling up on the baseline, and he buries it.
Had Othello Harrington out on the perimeter. If you got a big man, that's the wise thing to do. Put it down on the block. They got Othello being guarded by Dingle. He traveled. Yeah, he traveled. They've got to do, Georgetown has to do a better job of getting angles on Dingle. But I really like Dana Dingle because I think he's very versatile. I think John Calipari has in Dingle a guy he can play in a number of positions. I wouldn't be surprised to see him guard Allen Iverson.
Iverson getting ready to come back in the ball game. He replaces freshman Joseph Tuomu. So far, Iverson 2 of 3 from the field. He's got 6 points.
Some good coaching going on here. What you have is when Allen Iverson takes a break, John Calipari is trying to let Camilo Travieso take a break as well.
Here's Iverson looking for Harrington, and he has it stolen away. Padilla with the quick hands again. Bright straight to the basket, leans in and draws a foul. Dante Bright, 5 of 14 against Arkansas. He had 11 points out of Dunbar High School in Baltimore, so with Georgetown being located in Washington, D.C. Dante Bright, in a sense, only 45 minutes away from the nation's capital, playing against some of his homeboys.
Oh, but he also knows this is big when the fellas back at home get a chance to see him go against Georgetown. Because, you know, that's always got to be a conversation. If I don't go to Georgetown, can I come back and beat them? I think this is another very good player for him. I mean, at free throws, he made 40 free throws consecutively this year. Very good free throw shooter. He's the best free throw shooter they have on the team.
Bright's 11 points against Arkansas made him the 9th player in school history to score 500. Now, he sat out his freshman year as a prop 48, so he's done a fantastic job for Coach Calipari at UMass.
He's one of those, he works. The Dana Dingle works. Their forwards make things easier, I think, for Marcus Camby, because a lot of the dirty work Marcus has a chance to stay away from because his 2 forwards will do that for him.
14-11, under 12 to play in the first half. The East Regional Final from Atlanta, Georgia. Harrington.
If you let him turn that to that direction, he's very good with his back to the basket. If he can get going to what would be his right shoulder so he can get his left arm turning to the basket.
Warriors cut it to 1. Stella Harrington, 23.6 rebounds against Texas Tech. Fouled out with 8 minutes remaining on the clock. Here's Padilla trying to get the step. Leaves it. Norville pump fake. It's inside. Swiped down by Williams. And a foul.
Williams has been strong on the glass. The early offensive rebounds were going for UMass, and now Williams has taken a couple here. Strong rebound to push it up.
14-13 UMass. Back in a moment.
15 foul. There's a timeout on the floor.
Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust.
Once upon a time, 3 girls went to Rock Steady for a pickup game.
We got next.
Lisa is the center of U.S. women's basketball team. Cheryl's a forward. Dawn is a point guard.
Take the jump, Elise. We'll take it. Good game. Good game. Next. Yeah, sure. That's the next one. I got you. He can't shoot either.
And this isn't a fairy tale, so they didn't beat every guy, but they beat enough to say, basketball is basketball, athletes are athletes.
Surgery is a step-by-step procedure, but that doesn't mean anyone can do it. Midas Way isn't so different. Midas Auto Systems experts are among the most highly trained in the industry. And for every system they work on, they have rigorous step-by-step procedures. From alignment and suspension to braking and exhaust systems, they're so thorough, the job's done right. Well, they may leave a clamp in there, but only if it's necessary. Midas Auto Systems experts, what can we do for you today?
Way out there, there's hops. Without hops, beer wouldn't taste as good as it does. Take the best part of the hops, the beer's gonna taste even better. We found a way now makes it possible to brew beer straight from the heart of the hops. For a beer with heart that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller, always new possibilities. Gotta reach for what's out there.
Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust.
This Tuesday, Dave's remodeling to serve you better. The Late Show's getting a new look. Make it a showplace. Check it out Tuesday on an all-new Late Show with David Letterman.
UMass on top of Georgetown, 14-13. They go about 7 deep, but they're starting 5 when they play a whole lot of minutes.
Well, they do, but they've only had 4 foul outs. You had 2 by Dingle, 2 by Bright, 1 by Dingle, 1 by Padilla. So they've been able to stay out of foul trouble, which is a real credit to John Calipari and his players' understanding of what they need to get done. Yeah, they have backed way off. They've got a little zone going up, but what the person they stay off of, if you will, is Jerome Williams.
Right now, boxing 1 against Allen Iverson, and it caught the Hoyas off guard. Stella Harrington on the baseline traveling.
Because Marcus Tanby jumped to what would have been his right shoulder, and then Othello Harrington tried to turn back the other way, and he picked up his pivot foot.
Here's a pressure. Cross-court pass to Bright. He gets it to Travieso. 10:50 remaining in the first half of play. 14-13. Travieso from downtown.
That makes you pay. You cannot gamble and not know where the shooters are. Travieso is a very calm character. He made the pass, and Padilla got it back to him.
Carmelo Travieso shooting 40% from the arc on the season. Here's Iverson. Rebounded by Weeks.
They were in that boxing 1 again. Sometimes they're not able to block out as Massachusetts, but they've got some hustlers on the floor. Weeks is one of them.
Weeks with 7 rebounds against Arkansas, and he tied his career high with 16 points. He's got 3 boards already. Here's Travieso again.
Oh, shooter's touch from there. You throw the ball into Marcus Camby, there's a decision to be made, particularly if the shooter, Travieso, is making the pass. Do I go double team or do I stay on my man? That time Iverson double team. Travieso got the 3.
Carmelo Travieso 2 of 3 from the arc. Here's Victor Page pushing 1. Rebound coming out to Camby. But a steal. Jerome Williams. Picking it off there and going in for the layup.
The reason that Victor Page had to push it is Padilla got out on him. Got some pressure.
5-point lead for UMass. There's Canby trying to make himself big inside. Harrington not allowing him to establish position on the post. That one partially deflected, but a foul on Victor Page as he tried to move up court.
When you got a team that is going to stay real aggressive, you got to understand where the pressures are. If you get out, you run out there, you got to go out hard at a shooter, and that's exactly what happens. Padilla comes out hard there. Victor Page goes down, but there's really not a foul there. That's just the aggressive play. And then Williams does a good job anticipating. Stays right there, comes up with the basketball, and I thought that was an important possession here early in the first half to try to stem the tide as it looked like UMass was going for another basket.
Box and one still on Allen Iverson. And Georgetown turns the ball over once again. Now, earlier today, the Wildcats from Kentucky, they just went on to beat Wake Forest 83-63 to advance to the Final Four when they look awfully good.
They're tough to beat when they can get you into their game, which is the real aggressive out in the full court area, and that's what they did. Very much like John Thompson would like to do here with his team. You want to put some full court pressure to take Marcus Camby out of the game. That's what Rick Pitino's defense does. It took Tim Duncan out of the game because he can't get an up and down game.
Kentucky will face the winner of this ball game. And right now, UMass up by 5. 8:53 to play. From the Georgia Dome. Here's Bright. Ahead to Weeks.
See, the guards are always an outlet. They may make a pass, and you can one pass away, they will always end up being an outlet.
Dante Bright inside. So Dante Bright will head to the free throw line so far. The guys in the middle, quiet. Othello Harrington and Marcus Camby.
Marcus Camby at this point is getting, I think, more help from the balance of his team. I think Travieso and Padilla have done a good job defensively. They've deflected balls. Dante Bright has been, I think, big because he's been able to create some scoring opportunities, which takes a lot of pressure off of Marcus Camby to have to feel like he needs to score all the time. And even Dana Dingle, when he was in early, got some offensive rebounds. So they've gotten more help.
Dante Bright, a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 7 points. And he knocks down the second. UMass on top 22-15. Allen Iverson now going back to point guard. UMass in the man-to-man. Here's Iverson. To Heidi White, posted up on Weeks. Iverson trying to explode down the baseline. His shot partially blocked by Travieso.
Great defense by Travieso to get a hand on that one.
Padilla to Camby.
UMass is playing some solid defense, and even more importantly, after they play the good defense, they have had the ability to push it down and make plays on the other end. That's good defense. Allen Iverson couldn't extend his hand to go toward the basket because Travieso was right there, and out of that came the fast break thing. The ball got pushed up, and Marcus Camby is now on the foul line after a 20-second timeout.
So John Calipari's team on top 22-15, 8:13 remaining in the first half of play. UMass 34-1 on the season. They were 15-1 in the Atlantic 10. Now don't forget, tomorrow out in Denver, Kansas and Syracuse, 2 great ball games as Kansas beat Arizona and Syracuse at the buzzer almost beating Georgia.
Yeah, it was. John Wallace makes a difficult shot. I mean, but he made it look easy for a big man. Took it between his legs and pulled up and shot a 3-pointer and did a good job. That should be a very good contest.